fuck, truck? Seriously? Dickhead.
Welcome to Two Russians, One Podcast, our first daily one. As you hear Misha's road rage, because she's driving. She took over the driving to Vegas because I was falling asleep. Because I've been up since 5 in the morning.
Hello.
Hello, Misha Montana.
It is I, Misha Montana, driving, so if you're on this route to Las Vegas with us, get the fuck off the road.
There you go. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to do these daily, usually in the evenings or afternoons after our day's done, to go over a recap of what we did, what we got going on. But today we're doing it a little bit differently since it's the first one. It's midday. It's 3:44 p.m. We're on our way to Vegas. A bunch of days of shooting. What do we got going on, Misha?
Well, we've got a whole lot of things lined up with some new brand ambassadors, some current brand ambassadors. Myself, I am shooting like almost half a dozen scenes in the next few days. It's going to be wild. It always is. And then after our Vegas trips, we always say we're never going to do it again, and then here we are doing it again. So here we are.
Doing it again.
Doing it again.
The plan is, so tonight I was going to shoot somebody, but it's not going to happen because we got to unload and get all the equipment. So tonight is actually day 2 prep. Get everything unloaded. The truck is packed to the ceiling. I mean, like to the ceiling. When we drop Two Russians, One America YouTube channel, you'll see, because I recorded the loading up of the stuff into the truck. The way the day started, I was up at 5:15 this morning, and from 5:30 to about 8:30, I cleaned out the entire garage and unloaded my whole car and pulled everything out of the garage storage unit, threw a bunch of stuff out, and loaded it back in and took stuff that we need, found some really cool props that we can use. You ask, why? Why would you do that early in the morning? Why do you have all this stuff?
I ask that every single day while you're up at 5 a.m. I got up at 5 the other day and I was like, this is the worst idea ever.
I'm used to it because I set my alarm clock to 5:30 in the morning, and after a few days, I wake up without an alarm clock. So I was basically told to get all my props out of where the stuff was, so I didn't have a choice. May 15th was my deadline to get all my stuff out. We're in the middle of trying to sell my condo in Hollywood, so it's already a shit show in the house. It's a shit show in the house. And in their storage area, now we had to add everything else in, because I actually got rid of my 5x10 storage unit a few months ago because I moved the stuff over to this new facility that somebody was letting me use, and then a month into my stuff being there, I was told I needed to get it out, so it's officially out. It was a nightmare. And it's still a nightmare, but this morning was insane. I think later today I'm going to feel the after effects of
100%.
3 hours of all that stuff. So tonight we'll be setting up all the batteries, letting everything charge, all the lights on stands, all kinds of stuff, plan whatever we're going to shoot. You have something going on tonight.
I'm shooting tonight for a company that I'm also, I guess I could like low-key say I'm a brand ambassador for. They shoot me a lot, and I'm on their t-shirt. It's Inked Vixens, XXX, and I'm shooting with Jesse Lee tonight. Super cool. I wanted to work with Jesse for a while, so that's going to be cool. And I have a horrific shoulder injury, so it's going to be really interesting the next few days. And I wasn't feeling well, so I took a bunch of NyQuil last night, and then
Tylenol night.
That's whatever it is.
No, Alka-Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer. Oh my God, Misha. Alka-Seltzer night.
And some gummies, and I was not able to sleep still. So we watched Jackass, which is actually like, it's kind of sad. sad watching the new Jackass. They're so old. It's like, I don't know. It was good. But I felt like a jackass because I was still up till midnight. But then once I was out. So we've got crazy next few days coming up.
So Misha's shooting tonight. While she's shooting, I'm going to unload all the crates. The truck is packed, so I'm gonna probably do like 3 or 4 trips with the truck. Then Chloe gets into town. My old friend Chloe. She used to go by Cat Pajamas. Now she goes by Cat Sabbath. She's a body piercer out of Maryland. She's also bringing her camera. She's heavily tattooed, model as well, and a photographer. So this morning she was texting me something about she cannot wait to help tonight or for the next couple of days in being an assistant for the photography stuff. And I told her bring a camera, and I'm sure girls will be more than happy to let her shoot some pictures of them. And this also, you get a different eye, a different photographer with their own vision, which is always wonderful to have on set. And she lands at 9:40, so you'll be still shooting. I'll pick her up, go back to the hotel, wait for you, and then go get your ass as well. And then the week begins. The good thing is, once we're in a hotel, we're kind of like gonna be there. Tomorrow we're planning on going to Mandalay Bay Shark Reef to check that out, and Tuesday. Okay, tomorrow we got a bunch of shooting going on, so Tuesday morning, and that's it. But what we want to talk about today, we might as well make a topic today, and the topic would be douche horror stories. Smelly vagina horror stories. And Misha, this is a perfect topic for Misha's smelly vagina horror stories. Misha, do you want to tell us about your smelly vagina horror stories?
Yeah. Well, let's count one, because, like, a lot of people don't know that we, like, douche regularly. And, it's not necessarily the best thing for you to do regularly, so it throws off, like, all your pH and get BV and yeast infections and secrets of the industry behind the scenes. Everybody's got a fucking UTI and yeast infection shit all the time. So we were talking about horror stories with, like, smelly pussy, and a friend of mine who is a photographer, he was also an EMT out at Burning Man, and he was in the medic tent, and he said this girl walked in and they could smell, like, the infection, like, as soon as she walked in, which I have, like, a weird sixth sense with infections. Like, if somebody has an infection, like, in their mouth or, like, anywhere on their body, I can, like, smell it. Like, so
wait, so let me get this straight. When you're working with someone, can you smell the herpes outbreak on them, or the gonorrhea lifus off coming up through their pee hole?
If they did, then yeah, I could. It's never happened for STDs. Usually because 99.9% of the people we work with are fucking tested. Or should be, at least. So I've never personally experienced it, but so this girl walks in, and Burning Man, if anyone's ever been to Burning Man, it's fucking disgusting. So it's like, I don't care, people are gonna be like, oh my god, it's like my home, or whatever. It's not your home, it's fucking the desert. People just do a bunch of drugs, fucking, it's retarded, but whatever. So this girl walks in, and she's a hippie, and can you say hippie anymore? Is that?
I'm sure you could say hippie. If the hippie gets offended by it, the hippie could go fuck itself.
So I feel like Carmen, like, goddamn hippies. So she, like, came in, and she was complaining, like, she had a serious, like, pelvic infection. What she had done was, because they're doing all natural, like, remedies, she's, like, sticking, like, stones up her pussy, and then a whole fucking clove of garlic. A whole clove of garlic up her pussy that had been up there for, like, 3 weeks, and she was still, like, peeing and like on her period and having sex, and with this garlic in there.
So wait, the garlic was inside of the whole time?
Yeah,
She didn't take it out?
It was still in there, and it was infected. So they had to like remove this clove of garlic, like not a clove, like a whole like head.
Wait, did it start growing? You know those the green little side pieces of it, like potatoes do and onions?
I can only imagine. Only imagine. So that was like the worst story ever. You know what's weird is I heard a story, and I don't know if this is true or not, because when I was 16 I heard this story, that this guy, this girl got this STD from her boyfriend, okay? And they couldn't figure out what it was, but she had like bumps, and like when they like squeeze them, the spiders would fucking come out of it or something weird. And I guess you only get it if you have sex with
spiders.
Dead people.
Wait, what? Wait, that makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like some kind of a disease. I don't know, again, I don't know the validity of the story, but someone was telling me the story that like they knew someone, and the reason they figured that out is because her boyfriend works for a mortuary. So was clearly like a necrophiliac and caught some kind of disease.
A what?
Necrophiliac?
Okay.
What did I say?
I thought you said something else.
You never know. But yeah, so I don't know. That may or may not be true. But like there's all kinds of weird shit happening.
So I got a good douche story.
Mm-hmm.
So we were on set one day. I'm not gonna give out the girl's name, just first name Deja. And we were shooting this really cool movie. It was my first where I got to do like really cool camera effects and editing effects where people were like, how'd you do that? How is she in the same shot in the front of the camera and all the way in the back in the rest of the side of the house? Because I fucking know what I'm doing. Anyways, so this girl, scene's about to start, right? We go through the oral part of it, everything's fine. As soon as something enters her vagina, the smell that came out of her orifice was ungodly. And we're like, oh my god. And instantly we're like, can you go douche? You have to go douche. You have to go douche. She goes and douches, she comes back. Still ungodly. It was brutal. Winds up what happened was she forgot she had a sponge inside her for a few weeks. So for anybody who doesn't understand why there's a sponge inside a girl,
that's how you die, by the way.
So in adult, if a girl's on her period, you know, the show must go on. So the girls would take a makeup sponge, preferably the little triangle ones, and they stick it in their vagina to soak up the blood for the scene. You'll get guys complaining, I can feel it, I don't want to, bitching. Sometimes it goes too deep, where the girl's like, oh my god, it's lost forever and I'm gonna die. Or you could be someone like this girl and forget about it. You go home, you do your drugs, you do your whatever, and you play with your dog, and then you fuck your boyfriend, and then you go make out with your uncle, all kinds of stuff. And 2 weeks later, you got like this horrendous smell coming out of you. Okay, going back to the sponge situation. Mishichka Montanichka over here, she didn't know about the sponge trick until like, I don't know, 6 months into that. She's like, wait, you could work on your period? Yeah, you took a sponge. What do you mean like a sponge? I try to pull off like you take a kitchen sponge, you know, you once you finish washing the dishes, rinse it out and stick it inside your cooter and you'll be fine. She's like, that does no yet. So we got her a makeup sponge. So she started using makeup sponges. Then one day she comes back from a shoot and she's like, oh my god, what's wrong? Oh my god, what's wrong? Oh my god, what's wrong? Oh my god. Okay, stop calling me God and tell me what's wrong. The sponge is stuck inside me. So I had to push it out. And in my 20 years in porn, I've never fished out a sponge because it's not my business to stick my fingers inside the girl. It's not my business to touch the girl. Even if you're male talent, you shouldn't be sticking anything inside the girl unless she proves it. You guys are on the same page, whether it's on or off camera. Okay? Anyways. So I've never done it. And I had to do it. And at first I'm like grabbing stuff. I'm like, what is that? Is that like your inside your
I was very nervous about
it. Was that your uterus? What's going on over here? Well, we got it out. The next day she goes to set. She comes back. Same problem. This time I was like a champ. Pulled it out instantly. The problem was, left it in the bathroom trash
This is
for a few days.
This is a multi-sided story, by the way. So you go ahead and tell your version of the story.
That's it. You walk by that room and it smells like somebody made a grilled cheese sandwich and left it there for a month after pooping it out.
Now, somebody has a pipe problem in their house, and it has nothing to do with that. Because once it was removed, it still smelled like that for fucking months. So,
Somebody does have a pipe problem. You're completely correct.
so it was not me. It was a coincidence.
It wasn't your pipe problem.
Yeah, it wasn't my pipe problem. I got 99 problems, and pipe ain't right.
Your pipe is actually a problem sometimes, so
Yeah.
let's clear that up right now. Anyways, so that's my kind of douche story, so to speak.
I have a good one.
You do?
Yeah.
All right.
I think I told you this before. Again, another friend of mine. Might even be the same friend, actually. No, it's not. Different one. Was a corrections officer at the local jail in Reno, Nevada. And if anyone's ever been to Reno, you know that we are no short of crackheads, and, you know, welcome to Reno. So they had this, like, crackhead hooker in for days, and again, couldn't figure out the smell. And, like, I mean, you know, people that are homeless, like, they obviously have hygiene issues, but this was, like, again, like, infection, not, you know, there's a specific smell of infected pussy. So this homeless woman, they couldn't figure it out. They're like, what the fuck? And they went in and they did an exam, and she was complaining about it, which I couldn't even fucking imagine. And what they found was that she had stuck dollar bills up her pussy, and God, they don't even know how long that they had been inside of her. Probably before she went in, she, like, stashed her, you know, dollars up her, there's a speed checker, up her cooch, and it got, can you imagine sticking a dollar bill up your pussy? Ugh. So that was infected and gross too. Like, the moral of the story is, like, just don't put shit that doesn't belong in your pussy. Like, why can't you, you know, just stick to, like, fingers and toys and dicks like normal people? I don't know. It's weird. Stop putting
Leave putting weird things into your butt.
Right.
Because your butt's dirty already, so you're not going to get your butt infected. Vagina, different story. Butt,
did I ever tell
poop
you
comes out
about
of the
that
butt.
story, that dildo story with my friend? I have a lot of friends that work in a lot of weird places.
I think it's amusing that you keep saying my friend. It's kind of, you know, I have a question. It's for my friend. It's the same type of thing. So, okay, your friend, quote unquote,
I
your
could
friend.
name them, but I just don't know if they want to be referenced.
Okay, your friend's name is Michelle. Go on.
My friend's name's Katie. I won't use her last name. She's a doctor now. She was with this dude who he called her, okay, and was like, hey, can you go to the emergency room with me? Because it's like, he doesn't have a girlfriend, okay? She's like, but just say that you're my girlfriend. Okay, fine, whatever, weird. So they get to the emergency room. They're like, what's the problem? And he was kind of being weird, and he's like, I have a dildo stuck up my butt. She and I were, like, fiddling around with it, which, of course, she's like, we were not, but okay. So they're playing along with this whole story, because she has no idea. The doctors have no idea. He's being kind of, like, standoffish and secretive and weird and embarrassed, clearly. So they're like, okay, well, we need to know, like, what's it made out of? How long is it? It's like, it's not, you know, it's kind of this big, like, you know, whatever. It's made out of this. They're like, okay, this is weird. Well, he started being, like, super weird, and they pulled her aside and was like, what is going on here? And she's like, listen, I'm not his girlfriend. He's my friend. He called me to come here. I'm here. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Whatever he did it to himself, okay? So he has to go into surgery. And they start pulling out this dildo, right? It's a double-sided dildo, okay? They start pulling it out, and it's kind of like the magician with the, like, ribbons. It just kept going and going and going and going, and it was like a 5-foot-long double-sided fucking dildo, and nobody knows how he even got it in his ass. It was so big it hung over one of those, like, industrial trash cans, okay? And then the motherfucker asked for it back. He's like, can I have that back? And they're like, absolutely not.
Well, isn't it his? I don't understand why they wouldn't give it back to him.
Probably because, like, he's clearly not responsible enough. Like, how do you fit 5 feet? Because it goes up in your intestines, right? Isn't that how it can fit?
Yeah, because it just curls around your intestines. That's why you can stick bigger things up your butt than you can in your vagina. That's a really interesting story.
Yeah.
I have a story for you.
God.
It actually, I cut a little video to this story because I have it all recorded. It got 16,000 views on TikTok. It went viral on TikTok. My friend Trina Rush, the Russian, Trina Rush, calls me one day. And she goes, she's joking at first. She's like, hey, I think I lost my vibrator inside my butthole. What? She goes, yeah, and we just talked about it a little.
That happening for sure.
So we laugh about it. The next day, she's kind of nervous. She calls me again. She goes, hey, man, can you take me to the emergency room? Why? It's still inside me. I go, you didn't poop it out? She's like, no. I go, you checked when you pooped, right? She goes, no, it wasn't in there. So I go, well, okay. The only way I'm going to spend the day with you going to the ER is if I can record the whole thing. Fine. So I go pick her up. And this is a story she tells me. So she was masturbating in bed. And she had this little vibrator. And she was fiddling with her butt with this vibrator. All of a sudden,
sucks it up.
Yeah, and disappeared. She's like, oh my god. So she's like on her, like, on all fours looking for this thing. Like, is it under the blanket? Is it under the pillow? Is it under the bed? I go, it was nowhere to be found. She goes, no. I go, do you feel it inside? She goes, not really. And I'm like, well, you do have a giant ass, so who knows? It might be a wallet and keys, whatever else. Anyways, so we go to the urgent care. She walks in the urgent care. She goes to see the doctor. She comes out literally 2 minutes later. They didn't even charge her. They go, we can't help you. You need to go to the emergency room. So I'm like, this is great video. I'm just going to roll through the whole thing. So we go to the emergency room. And she puts lost item in sphincter. That's what, like, why are you in the emergency room?
It's such a common occurrence, too.
To lose things in your butt?
Yeah, like, it's like one of the top things that people go to the emergency room for. It's kind of like an unspoken thing that, like, one of the highest cases of emergency room visits are because people put shit in their butt.
That's crazy to me. But,
it's true.
Okay. So, yeah. I believe it. Especially in the privacy of their own home, and they think they can do a bunch of things, and they're, so,
like a vacuum.
Right, yeah. So, they go and x-ray her, all right? So, we're sitting in the, they gave her her own room. And, so we're sitting there, I'm like, I'm going to roll. So, I'm recording, but I'm hiding the camera. I'm recording actually with I think it might have been in my cell phone. I was recording audio. And this doctor walks, good-looking doctor, and a hot nurse. I'm like, we just walked into a porn set. Is this Jenny Sins? Is this Dr. Sins? So he walks in, and he goes to her, are you sure the toy's inside you? She's like, yeah. And he goes, so he starts asking her a bunch of questions, and he asks her if the toy is vibrating, the one of those vibrating toys. Yes. So it should have a battery in there. Yes. The battery's metal. Yes. Well, on the x-ray, maybe the plastic would show up, but metal would definitely show up on your x-ray. And he shows her the x-ray, goes, here's the x-ray of your butthole. There's nothing inside. And she's like, no, it has to be inside. I checked everywhere. It must be inside. So he goes, ma'am, I'm sorry, it's not inside. She goes, well, can you check? And he goes,
fuck, dude.
What do you mean? Maybe she's having road rage.
God, was a motherfucker and won't move out of the goddamn fast lane. There's semi-truck. Stupid fucking idiot.
There you go. So, she goes to the doctor. Can you please check? And he goes, are you sure? Yeah. So he puts gloves on that go up to the elbow. Gets a bunch of grease, and I'm watching this, and I'm recording this. This is priceless. And he goes, can you please lay down on your side and put your butt up? Okay. And he dives right in, looking for this thing. And she goes, did you find it? Are you in? And he goes, oh, I'm elbow deep. There's nothing inside. And we're all laughing. It was the funniest thing ever.
Where was it?
It was must have been North Hollywood somewhere.
No, where was the tool?
In North Hollywood somewhere.
It's just on the it's vibrating its way down.
It's vibrating its way.
Okay,
So there was no vibrator inside her butt. But it was funny because when the doctor's even making jokes, he goes, next room over, there's somebody dying of a heart attack, and I'm here sticking my fingers up your butt.
Great use of hospital services.
Yes. So, there was nothing inside her butt.
So we don't know where it went?
Nope. It just magically disappeared. I assume she pooped it out.
She just didn't see it.
I just didn't see it because it was a small little vibrator.
Encased?
Yeah. Encased inside the
poo?
The log. It was a log with a special surprise in the middle.
I've swallowed tongue rings before.
Yeah.
And seen them sticking out of my poop.
Really?
Yeah. It's the fucking weirdest feeling ever. It's so scary when you swallow one. You're because you hope it doesn't go sideways. Too,
right.
But you're damn it, it's swallowing, and then you just feel weird, and then it's goes right through. There it be, stick it out. And then you just pull it out and wash it off and stick it back in,
That actually means she would do that. So she's not even joking. She literally would do that because I've seen her drink her own pee in the cup while we're driving because she needed to pee again in the cup and there was no way of getting the pee out of the cup.
It's called recycling.
It's called recycling. She's right. It's called recycling. So
grow up.
Do you have any more great douche stories?
Douche ones? Probably, but I can't. You know how many people have shown how to use douches? A lot. A lot. So.
A lot?
Yeah.
A lot.
So I'm mommy mentor, so on different sets, I'm mommy, so it makes me feel good to help people out. It's kind of exciting.
You could put that's gonna be your memoir.
Mommy Mish.
I taught girls how to douche on set.
That's my claim to fame.
That's her claim to fame. I have one more story and then we'll get the freaking out of here because we're trying to do these short, fun podcasts every day about recapping our day and tell a story or two. I was on set with this girl. Oh my god, this lady, she would rent her house out for shoots. She would also rent other people's houses, but she would rent her house out. And this particular day, she's like, can you guys have to be done by 4 or 5, whatever the time was. It's my daughter's birthday tonight, so we want everybody out of the house. So we're shooting this girl, I forget her name, and this is the best part. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
So this girl, little Asian girl, I forget her fucking name. We're shooting a solo with her on the dining room table.
Oh god.
On the dining room table.
Perfect. That's where everybody's gonna eat cake later.
And guess who shows up, comes home?
Daughter.
On
her birthday? That's a nice birthday present,
right?
Mom. Getting railed out on the fucking dining room.
And we're like, oh shit. Because, okay, her daughter's also in high school.
Perfect.
We're like, oh my god. At least hopefully it was her 18th birthday.
Let's just pretend for the sake of the story that it was.
She was 18. That was her 18th birthday. So she walks in and she looks and it was like daggers staring at us. She storms upstairs. You hear
She's like, come on, Mom, it's a Tuesday. I thought we only did this on Sundays.
With her mom, obviously, that was... So, they're arguing upstairs. And the mom comes downstairs. She goes, oh, I'm sorry. She came home early from school. She's really upset, because we're going to have dinner tonight on the table. And I'm just like, okay. So, this girl... We finished with the solo.
Is it a seafood? Is it a seafood spread?
Sushi. And she was Japanese. Funny guy.
I'm fucking hilarious.
So, this girl, Stinky, we're like, can you go do a douche? What? I've never done. Okay, here's the douche. I hand it to her. Do you know what she does?
put it in like her mouth or something?
No, she's there in the living room. Puts it in her pussy. Right there in the living room. And we're like, whoa, what are you doing? Why? In the bathroom. Go pour that stuff out. Pour some warm water in there. And go douche.
Oh, that's funny because I never knew that for a long time.
Yeah, Misha used to douche with that. That's why she...
I just thought I was ready to go.
BV. What does BV stand for?
Bacterial vaginosis.
Whoa! Wow!
If I just like look at somebody.
Whoa! I'm trying to channel my inner Chris Claus. What is happening over here?
It's an accident.
Oh no, it's just a bunch of cyclists. So yeah, that's crazy. So she was just going to douche right there in the middle of the living room while the girl is upstairs crying because her birthday is ruined. Next time, please remind me. I'm not going to mention the girl's name who brought a couple of high school guys to set. It didn't tell us. Okay? This is a great story.
It was me.
It wasn't Misha. She's not that cool.
Yeah, I am.
She's eating right now, by the way. She's always got something in her mouth. It's either chew or sandwich or somebody else's food or something. But on that note, this was our first daily podcast. We're going to try to do it daily as much as we can. They'll be short, 20 to 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes. So people can get a little... What'd you guys do today? Well, just listen to that damn podcast, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right? So our podcast is going to be 2russians1podcast.com. So if you go to that, it'll take you right to the page. Or you could look for 2 Russians 1 Podcast on Spotify, on iTunes, on iHeartRadio, everywhere. And we're going to start selling merchandise soon. And we're looking for sponsors. And if you go to 2russians1podcast.tv, you could see the video versions of the podcast. Not every podcast is a video version, because these daily ones are not. They're just regular audio ones that we'll post literally right after. And sometimes we'll try to do them live, like on Instagram Live. Misha tried to do Instagram Live today.
Misha's
for the podcast.
in Instagram jail, so...
Misha's in Instagram jail because she's jail bait.
Because I'm too hot for Instagram to deal with, I guess.
There you go. There it is. So, that's it. Hit us up on our Instagrams if you have any questions or topics you want us to talk about. And, Misha, what is your Instagram?
The Misha Montana for now.
What is...
And everything else is the Misha Montana. MishaMontana.com is my official website. OnlyFans.com/Misha Montana. I'm on Sex Panther. Merchandise is coming out soon. Doodle books are coming. The highly anticipated doodle book. So, yeah, just good shit.
My Instagram is I am Sliven. My Twitter is I am IvanXXX. My website is IamIvan.com, but it hasn't been updated in years. But it's super cool still. You can see some old Anabolic trailers, Extreme Associates trailers, all kinds of really cool shit on there. Also, our YouTube channel is 2russians1america.com, coming up really, really soon.
And MishaMontanaWorld.com.
MishaMontanaWorld.com, which I'm going to forward to IamIvan.com. She's not going to know about it. And also, in other news, what happened yesterday?
It did happen yesterday.
Ivan was inducted into the Urban X Hall of Fame.
Why was it yesterday?
From this point on, it's always yesterday.
Yesterday.
Since I'm a Hall of Famer, I make the rules.
That's true. Well deserved. Shout out to Urban X Awards for being a leader and innovator and actually recognizing talent where it should be recognized. Good for fucking them. They're awesome. Love Urban X Awards. We also love all porn awards, which we have 7 nominations, including yours truly, Performer of the Motherfucking Year, as well as Best Feature for the exploitation of Misha Montana. Evan, continue.
And I'm nominated for Best Alternative Photographer. And looking at that list, I am the best out of all of them. So if I don't win, it doesn't matter. because I win. I'm more than positive I'm the only person on that whole category
He's humble, so there's
that
that.
writes, creates, lights, directs, does stills, shoots video, edits, does graphics, and promotes that footage. I'm more than positive I'm the only one that does that. And if I'm
And
not,
doesn't shoot POVs.
and don't shoot PVs, and don't touch the girls, and don't try to bang the girls, nothing. I literally, for the last 20 years, that's all I've done. I've only dated 2 girls in the industry. One of them is crazy and gone. The other one is crazy and still here. So we got that going for me. And the 2 movies I directed, Expectation of Misha Montana's nominated for Best Feature, and Ink Motel 3 that I wrote, directed, and did everything that I just spoke about is nominated for Best Gonzo Movie, even though it's not a Gonzo, it's more of a feature. But still, and Ink the Raw is nominated. Yeah, that one I created. That one was like, I created all of them, I guess. But Ink the Raw was like, let's do something really cool. But like,
My first scene was on that one.
Yeah, Misha's first scene ever for a company.
For a company.
It's on there, and she is like a baby porno girl in that. She doesn't have any tattoos.
She's still an excellent performer though, so there's that.
Yeah, she actually did a great scene because afterwards we're like, damn, this girl can perform. That's because she's crazy. Yeah, so that's what we got going on. All Porn Awards comes up June 11th, and in August is my official induction into the Urban X Awards. Tomorrow, let's talk about the Urban X Awards because I have some stories, some fun stories. It'll be an homage and honoring the Urban X Awards and everything they stand for.
Yeah, I love it.
And that's it. On that note, peace in the Middle East, my friends. Or not, I don't give a fuck.
Bye-bye.